Engineering the ISU offensive was senior quarterback Wayne Stanley. A year after the 1975 preseason injury sure didn't show. After being sprung by blocks thrown by Cal Cummins and Ron Bull, Stanley options for 61 yards at Colorado. A zinger to tight end Al Dixon. One of the Cyclones' 6 TD passes at Air Force, a school record. A worm's eye view of a Stanley Stampede. Way to go, Wayne. The other half of the Cyclone quarterback tandem, junior Buddy Hardiman. Buddy's fast feet make the impossible look routine. He can throw or run. Another touchdown. A favorite pass target, senior All-America wide receiver Luther Blue. Hardiman, now at tailback, takes a pitch from Stanley and rifles long to Luther. A 61-yard gainer. Blue splits these two defenders for 30 yards. Hardiman uncorks a 33-yard strike to the fleet Georgian. To move the football, you got to have linemen. Co-captain Dave Greenwood of Cedar Rapids furnished the inspirational leadership to what was then an untested young offensive line. When the season opened, few expected big things from these men in the trenches, other than Earl Bruce and line coach Jim Williams. But they banged heads with the best, and the skeptics were believers in short order. Greenwood, himself one-time high school quarterback and college tight end, helped himself to all Big 8 honors with hustle and with second effort. Who did the Cyclone line work for? Men like sophomore tailback Dexter Green. Despite a mid-season knee injury, Green made second team All Big 8. At 175 pounds, Dexter ran with power as well as speed. Though a running back, Green was among the Big 8's top pass receivers. From Mulberry, Florida, sophomore slotback Ray Hardy was excitement with a capital E. Hardy could turn a physical sport like football into a graceful art. Great hands, great concentration, great results. E also stands for elusive. Senior Al Dixon of East St. Louis provided a big target at 6'5", 225. A top-flight receiver as well as blocker, Albert could take a shot and hand it out. His 25 pass catches and 4 TDs were second only to Luther Blue. Dixon shared time with another senior, Glover Rogers. Although less spectacular as a receiver, Glover started most games because of his superior blocking talents. While the offense was enjoying a record-shattering season, the defense was helping make it all possible. Never intimidated, never awed, Iowa State's defense developed into an attack force that terrorized quarterbacks, ball carriers, and receivers. Turnovers were a trademark. Big plays, bountiful. Co-captain Tony Hawkins, following in the footsteps of former Cyclone Barry Hill, moved from cornerback to safety his senior season and found a home. The Hawk earned a reputation as a hitman. His headhunting savvy earned him a first-team All-Big 8 citation. Up front, co-captain Maynard Stensrud also earned first-team All-Conference honors. The Lake Mills senior started the year at linebacker, but quickly was shifted to his old middle guard position after injuries thinned the ranks of linemen. Maynard's quickness and pursuit put him in the right place at the right time, and his ability to read offenses told him to protect his home front first. Cornerback Jerry Jackson became a familiar figure in Iowa State's rise to national prominence. A four-year letterman, number 17 was not blessed with blazing speed, but he was a heady player who led the secondary in interceptions. Patrolling the flanks, senior end Otis Rogers. Otis came close to earning his wings against the Air Force. He spent most of the afternoon in the Falcons' backfield. Just one of many outstanding performances Rogers enjoyed in '76. Mark Benda, a walk-on from Red Oak, was too little, too slow to play Big 8 football. Benda ended up starting 22 straight games at linebacker. While displaying the spectacular on occasion, Mark's real asset was his dependability, his consistently high grades in the film room. Sophomore Tom Bosky could be called the leader of the headhunting pack. His bone-crunching tackles excited the defense and demoralized offenses. The Chicagoan, whose reckless style resembled idle Dick Butkus, is destined for Cyclone stardom. Tom Randall, former Mason City All-State basketball star, heads into his senior season as the unsung hero from '76. A 6'6", 260-pound strongman, Randall is an imposing figure in the Cyclones' massive defensive line. Meet Mike Stensrud, junior partner in America's Best College Football Brother Act. Mike parlays astounding strength with surprising quickness to fight off blocks and get to the action. This gang waltzed through its non-conference schedule in high style, averaging nearly 50 points a game, exuding confidence that would carry it through a back-breaking Big 8 schedule that would cause a lesser foe to shudder. A groundswell of excitement took shape a full week before the Cyclones were to open their conference season at home against defending national champion Oklahoma. Storefronts were emblazoned with displays usually reserved for homecoming. A Thursday pep rally after football practice attracted hundreds and capped the preparations. A sellout crowd filled with expectations. In Injured hero Mike Williams, though he'd rather be playing, was caught up in it all. The Sooners struck early. Dean Blevins throwing to tight end Victor Hicks. It's 7-0. The Cyclones struck back with this Wayne Stanley bomb to Ray Hardy. But a mysterious interference call forces the Cyclones to turn the ball over. Young Blevins gets a rude awakening from Mike Stensrud. Blevins again in trouble. Mike Stensrud leads the charge. Hardiman, on a quick pitch from Stanley, hits Hardy inside the 20. A Scott Coleman field goal try follows. The Cyclones are on the scoreboard. A crucial fourth down call. Stanley throws under pressure. He hits tight end Glover Rogers. First and goal at the 6. They won't get him this time. Dexter dives over. It's a whole new ball game. It all came down to this play. A superlative second and third effort by OU's Horace Ivory. A big play for the Sooners. The Cyclones won all the battles except the one on the scoreboard. Following the disappointment of the Oklahoma game, the next Big 8 outing, a visit to Missouri, was the most important game of the year that week. An overflow homecoming crowd at Faurot Field in Columbia was on hand to cheer their 7th-ranked Tigers following victories at Southern Cal and Ohio State. But the Cyclone defense came to play. A fake field goal fools no one. Mike Schwartz and Jerry Jackson break up Leo Lewis' pass. A bad knee kept Dexter Green out of practice all week. But you wouldn't know it. He starts off a big day with a 65-yard touchdown run for an early 7-0 Cyclone lead. Back on the offensive, tailback Hardiman fires for Al Dixon. This sets up another Green TD from the Missouri 2. Iowa State digs into its offensive playbook for this knockout punch. A pitch to Hardiman, a throwback to Stanley, a 36-yard Cyclone surprise. Green gains 214 yards, earning National Offensive Player of the Week accolades from Sports Illustrated magazine. The Cyclones threaten to make it a rout when Stanley suffers a rare interception. It leads to this Missouri touchdown run by Dansdale that cut the ISU lead to 21-17. But the defense comes through as the outcome hangs in the balance. Bezarkowitz tries to hit Lewis. Iowa State cornerback Mike Clemens intercepts, and it's all over. The Cyclones win at Missouri and earn their spot in the national poll. Iowa State entered the Kansas State game needing to reprove itself following a surprising loss to Colorado. Ray Hardy gets things moving. The Stanley Blue Combine sets up a score. And Hardy reverses his way into the end zone. Mike Stensrud forces a bad pitch out. Otis Rogers with the recovery. Blocking by Greenwood, Stuffle, Bain, Petch, and Cunningham make Cummins run a walk. A goal line stand highlighted by Mark Williams' bruising stop. Tom Randall, Mark Settle, and Mark Benda allow the Cyclones to take over on downs. And Greg Grove adds still another touchdown. Hardiman concludes the scoring avalanche with this 16-yarder. To stay in the thick of the Big 8 title chase, the Cyclones need a win over Kansas, one of the most potent wishbone teams in the nation. The tempo is established early as Mark Williams throttles Bill Campfield, then dumps Flashy Laverne Smith on the first 2 plays of the game. Stanley gets the offense going. A fine block by Greg Grove. Brilliant moves. A 40-yard scamper. Hardiman replaces Stanley temporarily and finds Luther Blue wide open for the touchdown. But Kansas refuses to die. All-America tackle Mike Butler blindsides Stanley. The beginning of the end. Maynard Stensrud sacks Scott McMichael deep in Kansas territory. McMichael under fire. His pass is picked off by Stensrud. A lineman's dream. It's been 16 years since Iowa State has beaten perennial powerhouse Nebraska. An all-time record crowd, including some 3,000 standing room only fans, created a carnival-like atmosphere as the battle for Big 8 supremacy began. On Nebraska's first series, safety Tony Hawkins serves early warning. Dexter Green, still hobbled by a tender knee, races 48 yards before the Huskers can catch up. The Cyclones threaten. Stanley to Green. Huskers stiffen. Scott Coleman splits the uprights with a 21-yard field goal. It's 3-0. Greg Mansky's kickoff is fielded at the 15. It's fumbled at the 30. Freshman Scott Cole recovers for Iowa State. A few plays later, Stanley crosses up the fabled Nebraska black shirt defense. He's driven out at the 1. All is quiet in the Nebraska section. All Big 8 quarterback Vince Ferragamo throws deep. Little Bobby Thomas takes it in stride, and the Huskers are finally on the scoreboard. Nebraska cheers died quickly. Lon Vandermeer's kickoff produces the most memorable moment of Iowa State's entire season. Luther Blue fields the ball at the 5, stumbles through heavy traffic at the 25, spots an opening at the 30. Goodbye. Rick Blabalil's punt a few plays later is fielded by Dave Butterfield. He's hit by Pat Kennedy. He fumbled, and Kennedy comes up with one of the Cyclones' 6 fumble recoveries of the day. The kicking game is also an effective weapon. Blabalil's punt is kept in play by Tom Perticone. Kevin Hart grounds the ball at the Nebraska 1. But the Big Red ain't dead yet. Ferragamo finds his tight end Ken Spate. Under relentless attack from Maynard Stensrud, Ferragamo throws deep for Bobby Thomas. He's got it. It's all tied up. Husker fans regain their confidence. Here come the Cyclones. A super blocked by Rob Stuffle. Green dives. Touchdown. The jubilant Cyclones smell victory. Monty Anthony fumbles for Nebraska, and here comes Maynard Stensrud again. Maynard goes on to earn Big 8 Defensive Player of the Week honors for his great play. This one led to a Scott Coleman field goal and a 30-20 lead. The Huskers are still threatening. Ferragamo fires deep, but he underthrows Dave Shamlin, and Mike Clemens intercepts. Clemens returns all the way to the Nebraska 34-yard line. On second down, Hardiman rolls right. There's that wall of blockers again. He dives. Touchdown, Iowa State. Iowa State has throttled Nebraska. There's joy in Cyclone country. The Cyclones have capped off a tremendous season. Earl Bruce is Big 8 Coach of the Year. There are all-conference first-team honors for Maynard Stensrud, Tony Hawkins, Luther Blue, and Dave Greenwood. 4 others get second-team mentions. Blue also is named first-team All-America by the Football Writers. 6 Cyclones play in postseason All-Star games. 1 in 3 of them. Well done, Cyclones. We're proud of you. A victory pattern has been cut for the future. You took them one at a time. You know what it takes to win. Keep up the good work, and 1977 will be another banner year.